Let's take a second and focus real quick on ammunition considerations for a pocket 380 pistol. The 380 is a marginally effective self-defense round. It does its job, but you really have to understand the characteristics of different types of 380 ammunitions out of a small gun with a small barrel in order to get your best bang for the buck, so to speak. Now, if you start off with the idea of comparing a 380 to a 9mm 40 or 45, the 380 is just going to fail. So realize that right off the bat, a 380 will not perform like a 9mm, it will not perform like a 40, it will not perform like a 45. So never ever expect that level of performance out of such a little diminutive handgun. So I have two different types of ammunition here. This is a Corbon DPX hollow point, 80 grain. Very excellent load for the 380. It's an all copper hollow point, no lead core. Very, very good at expansion. This thing will expand over a ½ inch. Average expansion is about 0.7 inches, so it's really good expansion. On the other side of the spectrum, you have just the standard full metal jacket, typically the 95 grain right here. Both of these are effective self-defense loads for the 380. And some of you might say, well, wait a minute, a full metal jacket, that's not good for self-defense load. Typically it isn't, but for a 380, the full metal jacket is something to look into consideration, especially during wintertime environments. Now with the 380, when you're talking about the small cartridge and the muzzle velocities, when you get something like a DPX, a Corbon DPX, or any of the other type of expanding hollow points for the 380, you're going to give up penetration in order to achieve expansion. There's just not enough juice in that 380 round to be able to get both. It's not like a 40 caliber, where a 40 caliber you can get excellent penetration and expansion along with a 9mm or 45, any of the bigger, more mainstream, so to speak, heavier self-defense cartridges. With the 380, you only get a limited amount of powder and just a limited amount of power. So if you have something that expands good out of a pocket gun, that's great, but you are going to lose penetration. Typically the DPX Corbon, as you see here, will penetrate about 7 inches. It'll expand to over ½ an inch, closer to 3/4 of an inch pretty reliably, even when shot through denim, but you're going to lose that penetration. Some might say 7 inches is great, and that isn't bad if you're shooting at a bare chest or a chest with a t-shirt on and there's nothing else blocking it, like an arm or a hand or anything like that. You have to take that into consideration. And if a person's wearing heavy clothing, such as in wintertime, that is going to create an issue, because that's going to stop that penetration a lot. You're going to get that expansion, but you're not going to get that round to go into where the vitals count, where the vitals are on the target to make your hits count. The full metal jacket, on the other hand, offers little to no expansion. So you don't get a lot of that kinetic energy transfer as you would out of the Corbon DPX, but you get good penetration. It will get into where it needs to go. Sometimes there might be a case of over penetration, and that's an issue as well, but you are going to get where you need to go. You're just not going to leave that kinetic energy trail as you would with a expanding hollow point. So that's where thought comes in. You have to figure out, okay, if I'm going to carry this little pocket gun, what type of load is going to do me the best? Just for the sake of the video, I got this thing loaded up, at least in the magazine, with the Corbons. But think about it. At the time of this video, it's wintertime, at least in my area of the country. It's wintertime, it's cold out, a lot of people are wearing heavy jackets. The hollow points look cool and they do really well, but if a guy's wearing a big poofy jacket, if you think about it, this already has a penetration issue. How much more is a jacket going to affect that penetration issue that round? I might be better off using a full metal jacket, knowing that I can get the rounds into where they need to be versus just expanding out and dumping all of its energy before getting to those vital areas that I need to reach in order to stop that threat. So just think about that. Research what type of ammunition you're going to get. Now, you notice I'm not really talking too much about brands, because there's a lot of different brands of stuff. There's Buffalo Bore, there's Federal, American Eagle, DPX. There's all different kinds of different types and brands, and Hydra Shocks, and there's all different kinds of labels. But remember one thing, no matter what the label is, a hollow point is going to function like a hollow point when it comes to a 380, which means you're going to get your expansion, but you're going to sacrifice your penetration. And a full metal jacket is just going to function like a full metal jacket. You're not going to get that expansion, you're not going to get that kinetic energy transfer, but you're going to get that penetration. So make sure to outfit your 380 to your environment accordingly. If it's summertime, people aren't wearing a lot of stuff, go ahead and use your hollow points. If it's wintertime, go ahead and use your full metal jackets. One thing I've noticed some people doing with the 380s is they actually stagger the rounds. They'll actually grab, in a case of this gun, this holds 6 rounds in the magazine. If they're just using 6, they might grab 3 rounds of hollow points, 3 full metal jackets, start off with a hollow point and just alternate. So that way you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. I can't really agree or disagree with that. It's going to be up to the person. But bottom line is, just make sure you do your research, please. Make sure you do your research and understand the limitations of your gun, and don't try to lie to yourself and lie to others and make them believe the gun is more than what it actually is. So with that said, thanks a lot for watching. I won't get too long-winded here. More videos to come on these little pea shooters, and hopefully you enjoy the series. Stay safe.